Imagine spending 6 months building a business. You spend thousands of dollars on a website. You spend weeks designing a logo. You file the paperwork, you print the business cards, and you set up the social media pages. And then you launch it to the world. And you hear absolutely nothing. Crickets, zero sales, zero customers. Sounds like a nightmare, right? But it happens to 99% of people who try to start a business. Why? Because they are playing by the old rules. They are following a blueprint designed to keep them busy but keep them broke. Today, we are throwing that blueprint in the trash. I am going to show you the exact, ruthless, step-by-step psychological framework to start a business in 2026. We are not talking about following your passion. We are talking about hunting for value. By the end of this video, you will know exactly how to find a profitable idea, validate it without spending a single dime, and get your first paying customer. But before I hand you the weapon, I need you to do something for me. If you are tired of the fluff, if you are ready to actually build something real, hit that subscribe button right now. Drop a comment below and tell me, what is the biggest fear holding you back from starting? Why? Because I am building a community of predators, not prey. I want to know who is ready to take action. So hit subscribe, drop a comment, and let's get to work. All right, let's look at the trap. The system tells you that you need $1 million idea. They tell you to invent the next big thing, to be the next Steve Jobs, to disrupt an industry. That is a lie. You do not need a revolutionary idea. You need a painful problem. Most beginners try to sell vitamins. A vitamin is something nice to have, like a life coach, or a generic fitness app, or a productivity planner. People don't wake up at 3 in the morning in a cold sweat because they don't have a life coach. You need to sell a painkiller. You need to hunt for a bleeding neck. A bleeding neck problem is something that is actively costing someone money, time, or sanity right now. It is a problem so painful, they are practically begging for a solution. How do you find this? You don't sit in your room and guess. You go to where the pain lives. You go to Reddit, you go to Twitter, you go to niche Facebook groups. You search for phrases like, how do I fix, I hate doing, or I wish there was a way to. For example, if you search, I hate doing my bookkeeping, you will find hundreds of small business owners screaming about how much time they waste on taxes. When you find a group of people all complaining about the exact same frustrating problem, congratulations. You just found your target. You have found your business. Now, you have the target. But here is where 99% of people fail. They immediately try to build the product. They spend 3 months coding an app. They spend 2 weeks writing a massive course. They buy expensive software. Stop. Do not spend a single dime until you have validated the kill. Validation means proving that a complete stranger will hand you their hard-earned money for your solution. Here is how you do it. You create a simple, one-page document. It can be a Google Doc. It outlines exactly what you are going to do to solve their bleeding neck problem. Then, you go back to those people who were complaining, and you send them a direct message. You say, hey, I saw you were struggling with bookkeeping. I am building a system to fix this. I am looking for 3 people to test it out for a heavily discounted rate. Are you interested? If nobody replies, you do not have a business. You have a hallucination. Tweak the offer, change the pitch, try again. But if just one person says yes, how much? Boom, you are validated. You are officially in the game. But you are a beginner. You have no reputation. You have no testimonials. You have no track record. So how do you convince them to trust you with their money? You make an ugly offer. An ugly offer is when you look them in the eye and say, I will do the work for you. If you don't get the exact result you want, I will refund every single penny and you can keep the work anyway. You take on all the risk. You take the bullet. Why? Because you are not trying to make $1 million on your first client. You are buying your reputation. You are buying your first case study. Once you have 5 happy clients, you can raise your prices. You can drop the guarantee. You can become the premium option. But to start, you have to be willing to do the ugly work to get the first win. Now, you have the target. You have the offer. You have the proof. How do you actually get them to pay you? Forget Facebook ads. Forget TikTok dances. Forget spending money on marketing. You are going to use a mathematical weapon. I call it the 100 message rule. Every single day, You are going to send 100 personalized messages to your target audience. That is it. If you are starting a video editing business, you send 100 messages to YouTubers. If you are starting a local power washing business, you knock on 100 doors or send 100 letters to local homeowners. Do you know what happens when you send 100 messages a day? The law of averages kicks in. If your conversion rate is just 1%, that means for every 100 messages, you get 1 client. If you do this every single day for 30 days, that is 3,000 messages. That is 30 new clients. It is not glamorous, it is not sexy, but it is mathematically guaranteed to work if you do not quit. Let's look at the blueprint. Find a bleeding neck problem. Validate it with $0. Make an ugly offer to get your first case studies. Send 100 messages a day until the phone rings. That is it. That is the entire secret to starting a business. There is no magic trick. There is no secret algorithm. It is just identifying a pain, creating a solution, and relentlessly putting it in front of people. But here is the reality check. When you start doing this, it is going to be brutal. You will send messages and get ignored. You will make offers and get rejected. You will feel stupid. You will want to go back to the comfort of your 9-to-5. That is the filter. The difficulty is the filter. Most people quit at message number 20. If you push through to message number 100, you separate yourself from 99% of the population. The people who win are not the smartest. They are the ones who can handle the most rejection without losing their enthusiasm. Now, getting your first client is only the beginning. Once you get them, how do you deliver the work without burning out? How do you turn that 1 client into 10? How do you build the system so the business runs without you having to work 24/7? That is exactly what we are going to cover in part 2. So make sure you are subscribed, turn on the notification bell, because if you miss part 2, you will know how to start the fire, but you won't know how to keep it from burning you. Drop a comment below right now and tell me, what is the bleeding neck problem you are going to hunt down? I want to see what you guys are coming up with. I will be down there replying to as many of you as I can. Stay sharp, take action, and I will see you in part 2.